Hey, it's Victor Akpos here. I'm super excited to bring you Octane monetization walkthrough, of course, from my personal angle as a co-creator of Octane. It is my long tradition to ensure that our customers and whatever our product I'm a co-creator to, or I specifically created, I ensure that I take a time out to locate for several monetization angles with which I can use to support our users. I can use to empower our product users to let them see the practical angles from which they can use such product in the real life, and of course the end result is to make money from that product. And that's the essence of this walkthrough guide. This walkthrough guide is going to, of course, be exception, because we're not just going to look at the usage of a product. Well, I believe that you've already gotten to know how you can go about your way on Octane platform. But of course, in this case, we're looking at some specific cases for which we can set up Octane to achieve, of course, number one, as seen in our slide collection here, it's setting up an SEO ranking video on YouTube, Google. Of course, when you have a good SEO prepared video for YouTube, that automatically translates to free traffic. And when you have free traffic, of course, why would you want to go ahead to pay for ads? Sam, a good ranking video on YouTube saves you the cost of paying for ads, because virally you get your needed traffic. And of course, we'll be looking at how we can tap into the Google trend to be able to key into a build-up trend, which will result you getting the true virality of a ranked video or a search engine optimized video for YouTube. And thereafter, we'll be looking at the affiliate marketing or the dropshipping angle, which is also a dependent on the anchor of point number one, which means if you have a good ranking video, it means you're already driving traffic. And if you're already driving traffic, you could further channel this traffic you've gotten into an affiliate marketing end result or a dropshipping end result. So that's the point. The same thing also applies here. From point number one, having a good search or a search optimized video on YouTube, you could also further pick up the traffic you've gotten or prepare a video with the end target of building list. Now, you also have to know that this will further depend on the third-party application or several third-party applications out there if you want to truly achieve this in setting up a list building system on an SEO ranked video on YouTube. And thereafter, we're looking at how you can further monetize your account on Octane in becoming an agency service provider. So all of this we'll be looking at in different sections of video, of course, to really make this engaging and of course not bore you at all. We want to keep this video in these 4 sections. So the first sections, which we'll be looking at now, it's how to use our Octane account to set up a video and use our live stream process to shoot it up to our YouTube account, and thereafter looked at how it gets ranked among other content within the same keyword or key phrase of videos in that collection. And once you do that, what that translates to is an automatic viral traffic for you. Alright, so without much ado, let's jump straight to our Octane dashboard and see how we can go create our first video from the account. Alright, right here I am on our Octane dashboard, and on the dashboard here, I believe you're already familiar with our dashboard tour guide. You can see our menus to the left, and of course you'll see there are many tabs here where you can choose a video. You can see your rendered videos, and of course when you scroll down here, you get to see your pending videos, and you get to see if you've converted your videos to GIF. Now, the whole activity starts from choosing a video, and of course you know that you have options of choosing video directly from a YouTube, or you could leverage getting video from our library, which has Pixabay connected to it, or you could get your video which you've already gotten downloaded into your local machine right from desktop. Now if you come over to getting video from YouTube, what this means is you could choose to get a video either directly from the search by URL, or you could search by keyword. So what video you get here are videos whose creativity has the permission for us to reuse it. But something happens with YouTube. It is very difficult for you to reuse a video that has already been published on YouTube. But with Octane, all of such challenges are taken care of, because all that YouTube wants to see you do for you to reuse a certain video asset is for you to kind of edit some of the attributes of the video and re-upload it and get it published. And that is what Octane does for you. Now we want to work with a search by keyword. And of course, in online marketing, as an online entrepreneur, a net entrepreneur, most of your content has to do with content marketing, having to create content, or you sell a product through creating articles or creating content to sell such article. So let's just use the broad term content marketing and see if we could get any video we want to work with. So let's say content marketing. Another option of a broad keyword or key phrase is affiliate marketing as well, as you saw in the drop down. So let's work with content marketing and see. Once you hit on this search, it fetches through the YouTube database and for us to see what number of videos we do have there. Alright, so that's coming up here, so you can scroll down, and of course you have 10 mistakes, 10 things you're doing wrongly, and this goes on, and we have what is content marketing. You also get to see the future of content marketing, how to build your content marketing strategy. So let's say content marketing facts. Let's just say I want to rebuild something within this. Let's see what video we can go with. So if we look at 10 content marketing facts and the future of content marketing, I am thinking the future of content marketing also has their good command here. So I can just come straight here and choose this video. Once I choose the video, it takes me into a three-part option which I want. Do I want to trim this video? Do I just want to import this video without trimming? Do I just want to download this video to my local machine? Of course, I would like to pick the first option here, which says trim video, and it will take us to the trim video page where we can go ahead carrying out the trim operations. Alright, so we have our video process down here, and looking at this section, we have a preview section here where you can preview your video. Now if you look at the video at this point now, let me reduce the volume here. Here, notice this is more like a podcast. We have an introduction of the content creator here. Now I can choose to trim this video and take up those branding in this video. Alright, so you can So you can listen to all of this citation if you want to take it out. If you consider to be too much of a branding into the own content, you can monitor the timeline with which you want to get trim this video from, and you want the video to start from. So once you monitor it, alright, so we're giving attention to at the point where you want it. If you want to have 53 seconds or whatever, all you need to do, just come select this, and that shows from where you want it. Alright, so Joe is already picking up, so I just want it to start from about this time here, so I just select it. So it picks the second timeline which I want this video to be trimmed from. I've taken off the entire citation, so let's cut this. I've taken off the entire citation, and of course I'm saying this video should start about these 65 seconds and milliseconds. Now you can just go ahead and see at what point you want this video to hit at. What do you see changing the most? So I can get this down here. So this would make about 5-minute video or thereabout. So if I just want to stop it here, I can point it there. Once I'm pointed it there, I get this done here. We'll have a timeline. I can now come here to select. So we'll have about 408 seconds we've identified. Now we also have the option of giving a video a new title, so we could just say content marketing. Content marketing future. A must watch. So you could just have this content marketing future, a must watch. Now our focus key phrase here is content marketing. So once we are done, we are going to see how we can rank this particular video we're about creating to rank within the key phrase content marketing, which is about a broad key phrase focus. But with our live streaming focus, it allows us to go through the YouTube live algorithm that will position our video among the top ranking video on YouTube. That's the benefit you get with Octane. So we'll hit down here to trim the video. It will take some minutes to get this whole process done, and once it's ready, we'll get back on screen to take off from there. Alright, so we have that successfully done, and it's now processing up here. Once it processes, it brings us back to the some video editor point here, and at this point you have the option to have some more text input at the startup screen here. So we don't want all of this text here. We can take this off, take this off. If you add a text there, you have the option to edit your text here. Alright, so you can also of course come down here to add some more images. You could choose from icons. If you have icons or a logo you want to drop into your video, you can do same here. If you want to add buttons, you have the options of adding buttons here. And if you want to go ahead to add characters, you can come down here and pick characters you want to add to your videos, and that's how that goes. And if you want to add the music or speech, you have the option of a text to speech, and you can select the language you want to add there, and you convert that. That will be added to your video. Maybe you just want to have your own introduction before the actual content discussion goes on. You can go ahead to do that. If you have a voice recording, you can of course do your direct voice recording right from the machine here. You can also choose to pick from a music library. You can also choose to pick a music upload from your local machine. So once you're done with all of that, you have the option to export your video, and it takes you through the process, which will also take some few minutes. So we already have sound at the background, so it will really make sense for us to overlay another music or sound to the entire content. But if you have totally plain content, then you can go ahead to have a music overlay or a text to speech, or you go ahead to do your own voice over. Alright, so our video is ready, so let's stop this. Alright, so our video is ready. At this point we'll have a video with the name content marketing future, a must watch. And at this point you can go ahead to download your video. You can also choose to make a GIF of this video here. You could also go ahead to take it to add an outro, or you could further edit from what you've done. You could come down here to share to YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitter, to Pinterest. Of course, this will also still help you to gather viral traffic. But now let's see how we can add an outro to this, assuming you want to put a call to action. Now if you come down to outro, you get to see here that, let's pause this now. You get to see here that you can determine what your outro duration should be. You have an option to create an outro duration of 4 or 5 minutes, and you can come down here to add an image. So once we go over to leveraging on this video, we want to optimize on YouTube rank. We'll also see how we can leverage on these designs here to give a call to action to our links which we'll be adding. So we'll not really talk much here, but right here in the outro you see you can add music. So in the next setup we'll see how we can use all of these tools. So we're back to the point where we are now. So once we have a video ready at this stage, we come down here to share. Once you're about sharing, of course we want to position it on YouTube, so you click on share on YouTube. So it will now take us to the process of setting this up on YouTube. Now our account is not connected to YouTube. You're required to connect your account to YouTube. And once you're done connecting your account to YouTube, then you can come here to go to get a stream name, which you'll be required to provide here, a stream name or a stream key, and you can hit on your go live to start streaming live on YouTube. But again, let's click here to see how to connect our YouTube account. Alright, great. So we are now in our account here, and we want to go through the process of connecting our account. To connect your account for the first time, you need to go through the setup process. You need to create a project on Google API right here. So you have to, of course, see a training which follows here, and you have to click on going to Google API console. So I have to go straight to Google API console, and that opens in a new tab for us. And that new tab, we'll need to create a project. So here we are, it's coming up. All right, great. So we are on a new setup here. So I'll just come straight here and say create project. So on create project, so we're looking at let's just say Octane Access. Just call this Octane Access. All right, so you can just come down here and say create. So you can see taking through the process of creating our project, creating our Octane Access. Alright, so we've successfully created that. I can just come here, click on it. It will take me straight up to my Octane account. You can see here we've created our Octane Access. Now if you look at this point here, you have another menu or icon here, navigation menu, which you need to click on. And once you click on it, it gives you access to your API here, which if you click on it here again, it takes us to a library section and credentials. Now your interest is to enable APIs and services. So once you click on this enable APIs, it takes you to search through the API you want. Once you hit on YouTube at this point, now here is the interest which we'll need here. We want to set up YouTube Data API version 3, so we'll just click on that. Alright, so at this point we just hit on enable, and it goes through the process of enabling the API for us. So once you get that enabled, of course you see here disable API. Of course you don't want to hit that, and it says to use this API you may need credentials. So click create credentials to get started. So we'll hit here create credentials. So add credentials to your project rather, you'll have to come down here and select your YouTube Data API version 3 again. And where will you be calling this from? Of course you want to select from web browser, and you have the option of what data will you be accessing. You select use the data, and once you're done there, you say what credentials do I need. You just hit on that. Now you will need to set up your auth consent screen. Alright, so we want to go ahead to set up that. So on our auth authentication, we'll have a web client here, and if you scroll down here, you notice that you have your authorized JavaScript origin, and you have your authorized redirect URI, and you have all of these parameters provided to you right inside your Octane, which you can see here, authorized JavaScript origin. So all you need to do, just copy this out, right click, copy, take it over here and paste it in. Alright, so the next is authorized redirect URI. You also do same. You copy all of this, right click, copy, you take it down here, and of course you paste it in here. Alright, so we've gotten that. That is already set there for us. So scroll down here. At this says before you can create an auth ID, you must set an auth consent screen to let users know who is requesting access to the data. After you set up consent screen, return to the page and refresh to create an auth client ID. Alright, so we hit here to set up our consent screen. So on the consent screen here, we have a page loaded here, and we leave these in public, and we go down, we'll say Octane. Alright, and we want sub application logo. You can get the logo from the app, and we already have one on the desktop here. So put your Octane logo, let continue. on and on. Then you could set up the domain name, which we'll be calling this. So that I'm setting up here, we'll call this application homepage shown on the home screen must be hosted on the authorized domain. So you can go ahead and stay set whatever you want to set here. You can just take this out and have that in. If you have an application, okay, we must have this. Alright, so you have that in there. So if you have the privacy policies, you can set up all of that, and that is optional here. So you can just drop this, the same thing here, HTTPS. Yes. Alright, so / I could just say privacy, where you need to verify to get a direct privacy. So once that is done, I can just hit saving. Let's see what things we have done correctly there. Alright, so we can now come over to say create credentials. Of course, we can come over here now. Let's refresh this. Alright, so once we refresh that, we have the option to create an auth client ID. So we go down straight there, and we've created an auth client ID, which is up here. So at this stage, I can just come down here and set done, and we can of course see our client ID we want to create, and our next action is to create an API key. So hit down here, creating an API key, and we've gotten an API key. So all you need to do is copy this. Once you've copied that, come back to Octane here and come down to form 1. We have to clear this. We already had one there, so I drop an API key. The next I need is a client ID and of course client secret. Alright, so we'll get all of these parameters and we put inside there. So we're back to credentials. So we'll close this. We've already gotten the key. You're here, look below here, it says to view all credentials or create new credentials, visit credentials and APIs and services. So you click here, it takes you to API and services. So at this point here, you see where we have the auth 2.0 client IDs. All you need to do is click on a date here. At that point, you see your client ID. You need to copy this client ID here. You take it over to your Octane, drop in your client ID here. Next, your client secret. So you also do same, come down here, copy the client secret. Alright, so we're good to go at this point. So you drop it in here under your client secret. Great, and you hit and save. That process is well done. API settings updated successfully. So at this point, all you need to do is hit connect to your YouTube account. Alright, great. So at this point, you select your account you want to get connected, and you grant the permissions you want to grant, and you hit and allow. Alright, so account linked successfully. So once our account is linked successfully, all we have to do is come back to our point where we want to create live video. So on your step 1, you are asked to create live on YouTube. So you come straight here and go to live on YouTube. So on live on YouTube, we want to hit on new live event. So once you hit a new live event, of course you recall what we gave this. We call this content marketing future. You could just have this dash here, must watch. Alright, so let's see that, and you want to drop it. So we have content marketing future must watch. Alright, so of course in your description, the secret to having a good ranking on YouTube, following the YouTube algorithm, is to ensure that you have your focus keyword or focus key phrase right in your description. So I could just begin it to say content marketing future, future, content marketing future, content marketing future strategies that works to position you as an authority, to allow you to dominate your market. Allow you dominate your market. Allow you dominate. Alright, so allow you dominate the content marketing industry. So if you look at it here, I've generously used the key phrase content marketing almost 2 instances within my description, and of course you can just come down here and add your tags, of course have content marketing, you could have future content marketing, you could have just content marketing industry. Alright, so you could have as much key tags you want to go ahead to add there. And once you come down here, we come to advanced function here. Alright, so just before we get down to advanced settings, you have to take note of this on your type. You have to ensure that you set it to custom, which allows for more encoding options. So you need to set it down at this point here, and once you do so, you can also come down to check your advanced. You can set some more things. You can change your license to Creative Commons, and let's see a few more. Alright, so if you're good with what we have here, you could just come down and hit and create live event. So we're creating this process now. Alright, great. So we now have the option here that says do you want a single use stream key, a usable stream key. So say single use, and it does generate it. So at this point we've gotten the option to select our encoders. So you can select other encoders, you could select an encoder here or select flash. So keeping it at other encoders here, all we need to do is to look at our stream name, which is what we have here, is copy the stream name and take it over to Octane and drop our stream name here. So we have it here, stream name. So at this point we come back here to say save changes. Alright, so we'll save the changes. So once you save the changes, you have your live control room up here. So you can just come straight here and hit the live control room. So once you have your live control room, it says we are not receiving data from your encoder. Please make sure this is configured correctly. So at this point, notice here we can't start our encoder, and we can preview no data yet. So coming back to Octane here, we now say go live. So it's congrats, you live streamed successfully. Alright, so once that is done, all we need to do is to come back here and see if we'll get any data and see if we can start our encoder. So just be waiting for a couple of seconds. Great, so we're already receiving some signals here, and you can come down to preview whatever you're doing here. You can view it is not up yet, so I can just hit straight to say preview. So once you say, are you sure you want to preview this live event? It take a few seconds to process the stream. So you say yes. So it's setting up our preview content. So let's see what happens. Alright, so see here that our preview is already up, so I can just stop this. And at this point here, you ignore whatever is shown here. If it's showing bad status, you ignore that. It's already streaming, and now to go live, you just hit to say your live stream is ready to go live. So you just hit on start streaming, and that is, you say okay, and that goes live. Great. So we clearly see here that our stream has gone live, and you can see all you need to see the previews here and the chat flow. You can also come down here to see view on watch page, so you can see it here. The average time 30 seconds. You can see the peak concurrent here. Stream status now shown okay, so you can stop streaming or you could go live. So let's view on page here. Alright, so viewing on page here. Alright, so you could see here that our video is live, or you can turn this on. You can see it live here. That's what is going on. And if you want to go use this now, and let's say we are going straight up to, let's just stop this sound here. Let's say we are opening a new YouTube page. Now let's see what happens. Alright, so right now we are on the parent page of youtube.com, and we have a search bar here. So on this search bar, we want to do something. We just want to check for the parent key phrase content marketing and see the magic here. Content marketing. Of course, you should know that the key phrase content marketing is a broad key phrase, a very broad key phrase. But now look at it here. We have a first content here. What is content marketing? This was released about a year ago, and we have the maintenance portal here about the second content. We have how to create here about the third content, and we have our own content showing live now about the fourth content. And this is crazy because this already shows you the potential of reach within the parent key phrase content marketing. So we have it here as a fourth content on our ranking on YouTube with the key phrase content marketing. This is really crazy. This is quite impressive. I believe you really see how powerful this whole process is, and this really translates to how much traffic that will come to you from those who will be searching for content marketing, because of course it's truly a high dense key phrase. Now, to help you appreciate how dense the word content marketing is, now look at our content trend here. Coming over to our Google trend, we have explored what the world is searching. Let's just say content marketing. This is quite broad as well. So with content marketing, you have an idea what others has been searching for. So within the United States, we can see past 12 months, what others and what has been the trend. So the past 12 months, within February, we could see our peaks here. So in the rank of 100 to 91 rate, or 0 to 100 ranking here, you get to see the number of countries and interest group that has searched for the keyword content marketing. And if you come below, you get to see some other related topics which these are persons are also searching for: programming language, repetition management, Google marketing platforms, and you also get to see other queries: content marketing manager salary, content marketing world 2018, content marketing conference 2018, content marketing examples, content marketing specialist. So if you look at this content marketing world 2018, you can of course see the interactions of this key phrase as well. So this really had a hike within this period, and that will be about the period of the event. So this was about 2nd to 8th September, where we have a hike for this key phrase. So this gives you an idea of what has been trending. So if we have to further streamline this back to content marketing here, this gives you an idea which you can check within the past 7 days. What has the search look been like for content marketing? Of course, you see within the month of, or rather within 15th of March, we had this dense look here, people searching for content marketing as well. So we can see the interest rate, though it dropped. And if you also compare this to, let's say, if we were to look about past day. Let's see if we had some persons who are searched for content marketing like 24 hours ago. And of course you could see that we have a peak here which really hit number of persons who search for content marketing. So this gives you an idea that content marketing is quite a broad, or rather a dense key phrase, which if you build a content around it and you could rank your video just as we did it here, definitely you'll be having tons of insane traffic coming to you from Google or YouTube, and that's the benefit of streaming using Octane. So once you have your video done with Octane, you tend to have this quality of optimization. If you follow through this process, and you got to see some of the few strategies we put in place there, keyword positioning on our video title, and of course our keyword positioning on our description, which is very key. So once you've done all of this, let's say we are done streaming, and we've streamed this for about 4 minutes now. I want to stop streaming. Let's go over and see what does video ranking was to look like. So we'll stop our streaming here. It says, are you sure you want to stop streaming the event? You will not be able to restart. Say okay, we want to stop streaming the event, and we say okay here. All right, so we're done streaming our event. We've successfully streamed this event for about 4 minutes 90 seconds. So we still want to go back to our YouTube and search for the key phrase content marketing and see what happens there. Alright, so we are on our parent domain again, and we drop the key phrase here, content marketing. Now this is what happens on that key content marketing. Can you see that our video made it to the top 3? We have 1, 2, 3. We have our video making it to the top 3, and of course it's a content marketing feature, a must watch. This is very interesting. So you could have this here. You could also get to see our rank position here. Of course, what joy do you have if you have your content ranked next to that of Neil Patel, which is about one of the gurus in SEO, in content marketing out there. That's really crazy, and that's the benefit you get from using this tool. Alright, so far we've seen how we can use Octane, leverage on our skill on SEO strategy, going live using Octane, and of course seeing how we've ranked our video. Now we have a short traffic within the key phrase content marketing. Having gotten the strategies, having gotten this flow, we'll now see how we can use these strategies to monetize in our affiliate marketing or drop shipping. Alright, so the skill remains the same. You can vary around your content, you can vary around your key phrases, and of course you will get about the same results. That's how it works. So in our next section, we'll look at how we can use the skills we've gotten to go about our affiliate marketing, to go about our dropshipping business. Alright, so thank you. Wait for me in the next section.